Everyone knows that the Parshat Devarim, is always read prior to Tisha B'Av. And many people discuss, many commentaries discuss why this is such. But let's concentrate on one particular point. Fascinating. Moshe Rabbeinu, at the beginning of this week's Torah portion, lifts his hands in defeat and boldly declares to God, Eicha esa levadi, tarchachem umasachem. How can I possibly on my own deal with this stubborn, brazen-faced people? I cannot, and I no longer am willing to encounter and to deal with their challenges. What is the response? God tells Moshe to amass a court, to amass great wise men who will be able to assist him. But listen carefully to what Hashem says when he directs Moshe as such. He says, Atzaveh et shoftechem. You should command your leaders, your judges, your mentors for the Jewish people, Shemoah bein achechem. What should you command them to do? What would be the key value that they need to inculcate in order for them to be successful? And the answer is Shemoah bein achechem. They have to listen to their brethren. To listen is probably the most vital, the most important aspect of our existence, certainly when it comes with regards to engaging with others. We have to learn to be able to listen. Shmiya, to be attentive to people's needs, to be attentive to their problems, to their challenges. And certainly when we speak about, for example, in mental health first aid, or for that matter, almost any course that deals with mental health, or anyone who tries to teach someone or educate someone or guide someone with regards to how to approach someone who's dealing with crisis, inevitably listening, shmoa, shmi'ah, comes first a priori. That is an absolute must with regards to approaching someone and helping them out. We have to first be able to listen to them. And this is really, if we think about it, the job of most psychologists and the job of most people who are engaged in mental health. They have and they are required to be able to listen. Not always necessarily to give advice and not always necessarily to offer some insight, but the very essence of listening has that tremendous impact. How I wish so often that I would just have one more opportunity to listen to Gila. Gila had a loud, raspy voice that you could hear from far away. It was very, very impactful, and she certainly made her voice heard. But how I long for the ability to hear it again, and how it resonates and continues to echo in my ears to this very day. It's not difficult to hear her voice, even though she's not physically here. Even in a spiritual sense, that voice continues to resonate and to be heard to this day through the impact that she has, through the learnings and the teachings that we can inculcate into our lives as a result of the tragedy and the loss of Gila herself. That listening plays such an important role in our lives to this very day. And that is why every single day Jewish people declare twice a day, or 3 times a day, really, before we go to bed as well. We say, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Shmiya. Hear, O Israel, listen to what's around us. If we're just sensitive to our sense of listening, what an impact it can have in our lives. What an impact it can have in our recognizing the miraculous events that transpire around us, that can affect us in such a positive way. And it is for this reason that in this week's Torah portion, Devarim, the famous haftarah that we read is Chazon Yeshayahu. Chazon Yeshayahu means the Re'iyah, the vision of Isaiah the prophet. But vision is something that is seeing. Seeing is limiting. We can only see within the scope that our eyes reach. But Shmiyah is unbelievable. It can last for generations. We can hear far beyond what we can possibly see. If our generations listen to us, It is something that can be perpetuated, what they're listening to, for so many generations to come in the future. And that is why immediately after Yeshayahu, Isaiah the prophet says, Chazon Yeshayahu, the first statement that he says is, Shimu Shamayim Va'azini Aretz. Shim'u Shamayim Va'azini Aretz. Let the heavens listen. Let the earth insightfully hear what we are saying, because hearing has such an impact. If we want to rectify our mistakes and errors that caused the destruction of the temples in Jerusalem, doesn't it begin with our ability to be able to listen to one another, to hear and to focus on what people are trying to tell us? Just listening can make such a difference. If we are willing to listen, we can absolutely save lives by our willingness to empathize with them, because we want to hear them, and that hearing leads to an understanding. This is the Torah's way, this is the Jewish way, and this certainly is the Gila way. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you once again for joining us. Please remember to consider subscribing to the page below and send me your comments. I will get back to you. Have a great day.